the guys in the yellow used to play in the below league.
Oh God.
So that's like the.
And those are the Norwegians.
No, they're Norwich.
They're Norwich?
Yeah. There might be some Norwegians. That guy looks like he's from Norway. The blonde, long-haired guy. He's probably just an 18-year-old with like goofy long hair.
That was the quarterback in fucking the
Denzel
Titans.
California.
Remember the Titans? Yeah, California. I think that guy is actually. I bet you he's Norwegian. I'm gonna be stat guy. I'm just gonna look up stuff as you watch.
Oh, he has Norwegian bone strength.
He's definitely. He's gotta be of some Nordic something.
Oh, that's my people for sure.
So they were in like the lower league, and then they got bumped up because they won the league, and now they're stuck with playing against one of the best teams in the league.
One of the best teams in the world.
So this is Norwich versus Liverpool.
Yeah.
In the Premier League, what's today's date? Today's the 12th?
14th.
The 14th.
Game 1 of the season. If Liverpool has a decisive victory, then they're going to win the league and the treble and everything. It's going to be the best season ever. If they draw or win by a goal, the season is over and they might as well just pack it in.
Oh my God.
That's how it works.
It's not going to happen that way. They're going to be awful this year.
Brentford's going to be the champions.
So the team, one of the teams, Brentford, which I still didn't look up and see who they're. My team won 4-1 this morning. I'm a United fan.
Against Leeds.
Jen's kind of a nomad.
I am a nomad. I just like the soccer.
Just the love of the game.
Yeah.
Love of the game. Salah does have the worst beard and then some of the best hair in soccer.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. One of the teams that got promoted was Brentford, and they started the season yesterday, and they beat one of the richest clubs in the world, 2-0 at home. So we started with like one of the.
They beat Arsenal 2-0 at home. I don't care how rich they are, it's still fucking Arsenal.
When you say like the richest, does money rule the league?
Oh, yeah.
Like if you got the most money, you can just go in there and Jeffrey Bezos everyone.
So if
my team are the Yankees of Premier League soccer. Well, not anymore.
So if you're a
oil money.
If you have a country of petrostate based on oil with tons of human rights violations, you can buy yourself a Premier League club and just whitewash everything that you've ever done bad in the world by buying really good players.
Soccer loves fracking, is what you're saying.
Soccer loves fracking. Yeah, half the people playing right now, their countries have been destroyed by the names on their jerseys.
Yeah. So Man City's got the oil money, and Chelsea's got the Russian.
Yeah, for a birthday present, the dad of like Man City bought his son, like his prince son. He was like, "You want a soccer club?" And they bought this crappy team in Manchester. And then every year he's like, he just writes checks. He's like, "What are you gonna need?" They're like, "We need 180 million." They're like, "Cool, here you go. Go buy who you want." Oh, there's our Norwegian. Oh. So that's Allison.
Okay.
And he's from Brazil, and he is like the guy in the team where he just walks around. He's like, "Have you found Jesus? Have you found Jesus?" He's baptized like half the team.
Yeah.
That guy just loves soccer and golf.
Soccer Jesus, that's it. Doesn't he have like a giant cross tattoo somewhere?
Probably. But most footballers have giant tattoos of some kind somewhere.
Like the biggest tattoos in football are Jesus tattoos, guns, and then like everybody's got at least 3 tattoos that you get when you're like 18, like a tribal band.
There's the baby's names.
The baby's names. If they're from Brazil, it's usually like somebody that was killed in a favela.
Yeah.
Does anyone here have a tattoo? Are we all tattooers?
1, 2. I got like 8.
I got a couple. What do you have on your dad's face?
You gotta look for the degenerate.
My dad would be more angry. I got 2 on my ankle and then a full back piece. We're gonna full like half back piece. And then I started all of this. Once I finish this, we're done.
Don't forget the tramp stamp.
No more.
Oh yeah, your tramp stamp.
Oh yeah.
What's your trim?
I do have that dolphin tattooed on my back.
After the blow-up toy?
Yeah. Our tattoo guy came in here and he's like, "So-and-so needs to train." And I was like, "Let's get that dolphin tattooed on me right now." Completely sober. It's right there on my back.
Oh,
I just added them in.
Brian makes terrible decisions.
God damn.
Oh,
It
yeah.
says menu.
Yeah, drunk or sober, terrible decisions.
Yeah, what does that say on your back?
It's from the Jameson bottle.
What does it say?
They didn't pay for it. Almost any liquor company, if you come in and Maker's Mark rep is in here and you're like, I have Maker's Mark tattoo. If I get a free bottle of Maker's and you pay for it, they'll go, yeah, go swipe my credit card. Let's get this tattoo on you immediately.
If someone had my face tattooed on their body, I would just give them all my stuff.
I would get a tattoo of you just for fun, right on my ass. Well, it depends on how it would increase or decrease my sex life.
It probably wouldn't do wonders.
The best is I waited until my girlfriend was blacked out drunk, and she was like, "What's on your back? Why is your back bleeding?" I'm like, "Oh, I got a tattoo back there." And she's like, "You're an idiot." And then like 2 or 3 weeks later, she was like, "You have a dolphin tattoo on your back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you touched it a month ago." She's like, "I don't remember that."
This is every conversation you guys have.
Yeah, pretty much. Our famous line as a couple is, "Don't forget," or "Do you remember that we're going somewhere today?" Because we're always like, "Oh," but I guarantee you, we never tell each other anything.
No, I think that's just a thing.
Liverpool does have the most boring uniform. Their home kit's just
Virgil van Dijk.
Well, I mean,
You don't like red?
I was just gonna say.
no. Our red is better than your red.
Your red is garbage.
No, it's got more color to it. It's got life. It's got a cool
It's
symbol.
fucking red.
But there's like a lot more white. There's gold. There's black. Your guys is just straight.
This is very like
Red.
Alabama roll tide.
Just remember,
Yeah, your
who
guys
the
look
most
like
successful club in Premiership
technically.
historically.
Historically, you guys, since Premier League, us, your guys' shirts though look like uniforms look like PE gym
Classic.
uniforms.
Classic.
They do. Those look like if Nevada High School was red.
That was such
God
a good
damn.
shirt, too.
You just Gene
See, look at
that.
that terrible beard, but look at that hair.
I wish I had hair like
Like
that.
the original 6 hockey teams. They all have classic, iconic jerseys that never change. Liverpool, classic, iconic, never change.
But they're boring. I mean, I'm not. These are a little bit better because it looks like you guys have like some sort of like faded black spotty pattern on there. All right, they're a little bit better this year. Norwich is pretty ugly colors.
What the fuck is that?
I think he was trying to sneak it in there.
California sluggers.
Yeah, California's having a rough
This
one.
kid, are you kidding? He had a
All right, we
great
should
ball
probably
in
find
there.
out who this kid is.
Yeah, find out who he is. He had a really good ball in there.
Should I just type in blonde Aryan player?
Just type in Remember the Titans. That guy definitely has killed someone before. Look at him.
If he scores, I am gonna run around the bar screaming "Remember the Titans," or I'll start singing the. Yeah,
Brian, it doesn't take much to get you to run around the bars.
that's true.
And take off your shirt.
Take off, yeah. Let's be
wait,
honest.
I
None
typed
of these things are
in, I
unique.
typed in blonde Norwich player, and he comes up immediately.
does.
Look at that man.
Wow, that's a gorgeous fucking.
Look at him.
He's got nicer hair than Keelan.
He's a Brit.
Oh, that's some
he a
spicy
Brit?
arugula.
It's gotta be Todd Cantwell.
Yeah, he's an English
England,
football
yeah.
player.
Yeah,
I thought it said he was 14, but that's his number. 98. What does that make him? 23? He's just a baby.
98? Jesus Christ.
Can you imagine if you're 22, no fucking hair on your entire body, and you've got a locker next to that guy? That guy's got like 6 combs and brushes in his locker, and you're next to the guy that's got like the wax for his head.
I take drugs to keep the hair I have.
Yeah.
Your hair is magical.
Yeah.
Because I take finasteride every
You
day.
go through a few combs a week.
Okay.
That's right. And then I did. Yeah. That's right.
That ref is that a ref or is this Jack?
Okay, here we go. He was born in Durham, Norfolk, which is still England.
Yes.
I don't know why. I heard Norfolk and I was like, it's gotta be Norway. And he attended.
2 Norfolks, 1 in Virginia, and 1 in England. How do you think the one in Virginia got named, Brian?
Well, I'm not from Norway.
Is that near Paris, Tennessee?
Yeah.
Oh, Golden Boy's down. No, that's Ball Boy.
That's the ball guy. How did you mix the two up?
It's just, I see the gleam off the dome. It's very similar.
It's so shiny you can't tell if it's here.
Whoa!
Yes!
That was good. That was a major fuck up on the defense.
Is that
was
Jota?
really good.
Jota.
So the Brazilian players usually have, the Portuguese and Brazilian players have usually have their first names,
Portuguese.
except like Ronaldo.
Could you put anything you want on the back of your jersey?
It's your nickname.
I think it really depends.
Oh no, hold on.
on.
I think I know the answer to this. It's your first name, your last name, or it's your parents' nickname if they played in the same league.
Yes, or sometimes you'll get the.
So like if your dad played in the league.
Well,
Yeah.
Brazilians
There's
are
too
the
many of
only
them.
ones that have like Hulk and Fred and
Yeah, they have like their nicknames. in
Okay.
there.
Going
So if you
around
were-
the horn, what would you guys want on your jerseys?
Probably forehead. Look at the size of this thing.
five heads.
And then I would, no, I know, but I would headbutt players, five head. I would headbutt a couple players per year, so everyone would be scared of me, and then people would get excited every time, like during the penalty kick, all of that. The camera would always be on me, because like, is five head gonna forehead somebody again this week?
Right,
That's what I would
you
go with.
headbutt every player, but you knock yourself out immediately and wake up crying. It's not exactly an intimidation.
Jen's would be Marty,
Yes.
because her last name's Martinelli, and then Ross would be Greg.
It would be great.
You have a Greg vibe around you.
What did Jana's boyfriend call you when she met you?
Oh my god.
We were all hanging out at the very end. She was like, "Oh, was it Rod?" No, I thought he said Rod, and I got excited. I was like, "We get to call you Rod for the next like year." He was like, "Nice to meet you." Fuck, I can't remember. I was sober too.
Was it with an R?
I think he called him Tom. Not as
Yeah,
good.
man.
But we were hoping that I was like,
I'm
"See,
glad it
Rod?"
didn't stick.
No, that yeah. It's like if you're the guy that goes into a restaurant and orders meatloaf all the time and everyone starts calling you meatloaf. But you're not like a fat piece of shit that eats meatloaf all the time. You just ordered it like once or twice and everyone's like, "Hey, meatloaf's here."
It's like hot tub.
Maybe you like
Yeah.
running raw hot.
I've never gone to a restaurant and ordered the meatloaf.
Why not? Meatloaf is delicious.
Meatloaf is
Depends on where you go.
good.
It's delicious.
I don't like meatloaf.
Do you?
And
like,
you're watching
wait,
soccer. You don't like meat covered in gravy with mashed potatoes?
Come on, you can.
You've never ordered meatloaf?
And
Never
I would
once.
order meatloaf at Denny's.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's just,
Yeah,
it's
but
the shape, it's the size.
Where a burger is like a burger, and it's got crispy.
That's because they don't have enough good breadcrumbs in there. You gotta use the brioche breadcrumbs.
Slice
Make
it
it nice and
and fry
soft.
It just gives me, if
And then it's
meat
good.
is in
Then
a
it would
loaf
be a burger.
form, it's a problem.
It would not. It's
If
not
pussy
hard.
came in a loaf form.
Shit, but you don't fucking
Anything in
burger.
a loaf except bread is a problem.
What about a loaf of
Oh
cocaine?
my god.
Get those, no, give me a brick.
Yeah, see, they call it a brick, but it's really just a more formed loaf.
If you give me a meat brick, I'm all in.
Could you imagine being like a drug dealer and like your main guy shows up and he brings a couple of loaves of cocaine? You're gonna say no?
I don't have questions.
Of course, we grew up on
You're
a
like,
lot of ground
hey,
beef.
why is everything coming in loaves?
I would have a lot of questions that you would need to be able to answer.
What do you guys cut your lips? I got a loaf of cocaine.
It's just he's fucking cutting with yeast.
Everything. We did ground turkey.
That actually might be pretty good.
Oh, the thing with the bloated.
Oh, ground beef and sauce.
Yeah.
Be like the Guinness of cocaine.
I got ruined on it.
Oh, I wish Guinness tasted like cocaine.
Each rip would be a meal.
Yeah. That's the worst. The first time you
Is
have
that-
like 2 or 3 Guinnesses that are like regular good Guinnesses, you wake up and you're like, why do I feel awful? It's like because you basically ate a loaf of bread.
You just went to an Irish bakery.
Firm
I woke up,
form.
we went to the club last night, I picked it up, and I picked it up in front of me, and it's a giant fucking meal, and I ate it all. And I just like
Wait,
sat,
what
I
comes
just
in
like
that?
sat on the couch and was
Does
like,
it come in a loaf?
Yeah, no, what is it? What is it?
it's chicken, like a cream mustard sauce with peppers. And,
What?
Yeah, it's
Wait, I've never heard
Okay,
of
wait a
this.
minute. You've never told me about this, and you know how much I love chicken giambola at friggin'
I think I told
Volky's.
you about it when you told me about chicken giambola, but I
In his defense,
That's not fair.
I respect those kids. It's hard to be
Fucking
like, get the
plunk your
fuck
ass
out.
out there.
Yeah, but I don't see the old guy that's like, get out of here, kids.
What do you mean, Mike doesn't
Get
have
out of
a
here.
son? What are you doing on my lawn? I'm like, you're yelling at these children.
Yelling at these poor
He's
kids.
not Clint Eastwood.
I'm not gonna 100% respect them until they tip over the porta potty they put there for the homeless people and them. Because it's just sitting there in the entrance.
Yeah.
That's like, then people can't get in and out. It's perfect. Those kids today, they don't know how to cause trouble.
They don't know what they're missing.
I feel like there should be a mentorship program for like bad kids. They'd be like, all right, these kids need to learn a few things before they go off to
Oh,
college.
you need to teach them how to be more bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, here's cigarettes, here's Jack Daniels.
Here's a loaf of cocaine.
That one's not, that really doesn't taste like anything good.
You want a whole bunch of wine coolers and a 5-hour energy drink?
This is Uncle Brian. He's going to teach you how to get through juvie.
Damn, fucking see.
Unless you commit murder.
This is how you sharpen a toothbrush, okay?
That would be Caitlin's soccer name, Shank.
Shake, yeah, we'll be.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. We're going to get her a soccer jersey for her birthday. It just says Shank. She's like, I don't get it. Like, watch the YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Support the channel, Caitlin.
Don't watch the YouTube videos, Caitlin. It's not.
We should have Caitlin at the end of, like at the end of every YouTube video, they're like, don't forget to like and subscribe, otherwise your mom will shoot lasers out of her butthole. Thanks, Jimmy Kimmel. Like, they always have something stupid. We should just have Caitlin at the end holding a knife going, subscribe and like, or stab, stab. Stab, stab. It's up to you.
You got two choices.
Two choices.
Like, subscribe, or stab, stab.
Stab, stab.
Like, I won't cut a bitch. I'll cut a bitch.
I'll cut a bitch. I'll show cut a bitch. I feel like though, if she went to court and the judge saw her, like if she just put on like a nice little dress and like just walked in and was like,
Yeah,
or
I agree. She would not.
yeah,
She's a little midget. Different.
just bring it in and be like, that's my boyfriend, that's my boss. And he's like, case dismissed.
Yeah.
With YouTube today.
Brian,
We need to have a talk.
Brian, I hate to say, but you're not being called in as a character witness.
I'd go there for moral support and helping get her off. Hey, look at our guy, he's all over the field.
Golden boy
That's not
putting
even
in the
his sign.
work.
No, it's not. He's little.
I wonder if his dad's in the stands like my dad would be being like, he needs to cut his fucking hair.
Oh,
My dad was terrible because I grew up when Andre Agassi was playing against
Yeah.
Pete Sampras. And
Yeah.
my dad would be like, look at that guy. Nice clean cut gentleman. And he got this crackhead over there. This long goddamn hair. Literally, we know he was on meth the whole time. Andre Agassi. My dad was actually right. My dad just assumed everybody with long hair was like a hippie that did drugs. And he was right.
He was right
in
every
that
single
case.
time.
Can we delete that? What if he watches this? I don't want him to know he was right about anything.
Well, at least he's gonna be happy that you had his face tattooed on.
Yeah. So speaking of foreheads, that guy's got one too. Thanks, Dad. My dad's 6'5". All I got was his forehead. That's it. That's it.
What you don't,
And his liver.
what you don't have in height, you make up for plenty in alcoholism and big forehead.
For every inch I didn't get on my dad, I got an extra forehead. Thanks, Pops. But if you look at my mom, she's like 4'10", so it's like, all right, he's lucky to be where he is. Just be grateful for what he's got.
Brian, being tall is overrated.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're like 5'7", aren't you? No.
Like 5'4" on a good day, probably.
Oh.
No, I think like 5'5". I think.
I just guess like almost everyone that works here is tiny. Amber, Valentina,
Yeah, they're all super tiny.
Caitlin. Alyssa's probably the tallest, and she's not
I
that
think
tall.
she is, but she's not that
Yeah.
tall.
She's just got
Actually,
lots of
even
hair.
taller than me. Yeah.
I'm surprised James Milner started. I guess a lot of people are back from vacation, so they need some rest. He's one of the Lego guys.
No,
He's also
Once you
like
see him, it makes a lot of sense.
35 years old.
He is old as
And
balls
he
for
won
soccer.
He wins select.
Hey, 35 is not that old,
Fucking
boss.
year.
Son of a bitch. He's old in soccer
that
years.
old.
He's old
Let's
in
make that a
soccer
thing
years.
from now on. Old in soccer years. I think I'm older than David Beckham.
Okay.
Also, My beard looked as bad as David Beckham's does. Have you ever seen David Beckham? David Beckham and Keanu Reeves have terrible beards.
Damn.
Like this is gorgeous.
Wow.
Mine's terrible.
Honestly, David Beckham can have whatever he wants and he'll be just fine.
Yeah, David Beckham could have a blistering pussy cock, and he'd be like, I'm gonna give it a shot.
I don't know, but you putting down John Wick, dude?
Have you heard of it?
I remember the first time I heard him talk, I was like, what is this? How is this handsome son of a bitch?
Have a voice like that.
It took a while for me to realize who David Beckham was.
Yeah, look that's my beard. That's about as good as I can do.
Dang.
That's not that great, but look at the rest of him.
Look at the stare.
He's even got this, what do you call that when the hair's gone right here?
Oh,
Widow's peak?
there's a name, yeah.
Yeah. He's even got a widow's peak, and it's still...
Widow's peak is more like the front.
Yeah, I think it's the front. Like it comes to a point
You
front.
have David Beckham hair.
No, dude.
Yeah,
No,
look.
no. Well, whatever I have is chemically engineered. Some dude online gave me a bunch of pills that may work. And now I have this hair and I have growing tics.
I did the Rogaine thing where you like rub it on your cheeks every night and it's supposed to like grow in. It did a little bit of work, but after like 3 months you're like, all right, this is expensive and it's not happening.
Yeah.
Look at Keanu Reeves' beard. My beard was better than that beard. Look at that.
It's coming in parts.
It's coming in bad parts. Like even around the lip.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
Yeah, mine was better than his.
But look at that front view. The front view doesn't look bad.
No, the front view is fantastic.
He's a nice stash.
That'll sell some movies. Yeah, but it's not that good.
And then the left side of the defence.
It's not that
4 goals away. Again. They were still holding on to the post.
We're gonna look it up. David Beckham's age.
What is?
So anyone got an over under?
Over 40.
I'm going with a crisp 38.
I'm going 41.
Just going into mid-90s mediocrity
39.
at the time.
All right, David Beckham age.
Who came to courtside.
We're stuck on images. Sorry. 46. Oh shit! All right, that was way off. Way off.
I didn't realize he was that old.
I thought I was older than him.
So what is old for a soccer player?
32.
Well, it depends on the position.
Yeah.
Because
So
and if they do yoga.
goalies and center backs can play like well into their mid to late 30s because they don't. It's more about
Less
soccer
running.
IQ than it is about being fast.
Yeah.
But if you're a striker, a winger, a midfielder, probably late 20s, early 30s, you're starting to get that decline.
Yeah.
All right, let's break this down. What are the defensive positions?
Well, it depends on the formation.
Okay, you are not helping me at all.
Okay, here's a good one though. There is a formation
There's always
called
a
a
left
Christmas
back, right
tree.
back.
Okay.
There's usually the 4-4-4.
4-4-2 is a popular one.
So four defensive
4-2-3-1 is a
people. Okay.
popular
4 midfielders. It's basically like goalkeeper, defenders, midfield. That's where it gets like crazy. You do crazy shit with the midfield, and then you've got a striker, and then sometimes like the goalkeeper is probably going to be the oldest and can be the oldest. Then the central midfielders are probably the next oldest. They're like the tall
central
guys.
defenders.
Yeah, central defenders. Excuse me. They're like the older guys that know the game the best because they tell everybody. You don't see it right now, but there's 2 guys back there just yelling at everybody.
See the 2 guys on the very back.
Yeah, those 2 guys back there.
Those are your 2 center backs.
So
now they're telling everybody, you go here, you go there, because they need everybody to go do what they can see.
they're the Johnny Depp of the field here.
Yeah, but not in
The final minutes.
Crybaby.
Now more the Pirates of the Caribbean.
More than Pirates of the Caribbean.
Both sides taking a three.
That's one of those weird things where like people will come in for the A's Giants game. They'll come in and be like, you guys got A's Giants on? Like 10 people will come in.
No,
we didn't even know that was happening. I think you guys are still going to lose.
Is this the beginning of the
All right,
season?
here we're gonna make a fun
Of the
bet.
season?
Yeah, this is the first like official day. Yesterday was the first official day, but this is like when most of the games happen.
Yeah.
I think that whoever okay. All right, how about this? How about this instead? Because I don't think we're gonna win. I think it's gonna be a draw. If it's a 1-1 draw, You have to sit on top of the dolphin so it sticks out like a penis, and you have to take a shot of rum. I mean, you're a Liverpool fan. How confident are you? I'm confident
And
it's
if
going to
it's
end.
not a 1-1 draw.
I didn't think that far. Yeah, I didn't think that far. Also, I don't want to do whatever it's going to happen, so I don't want to say anything because in my head I'll probably make it worse than what you guys would come up with.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not going to play Russian roulette and put the bullets in the gun.
You ever cut water rum?
But you know, actually, yeah, it's all in that monstrosity. Oh, that Mai Tai stuff. It's delicious, but it's old now, so. I might get sick if I drink that, so I don't know if I want to spend. I've got to do like money to get this place set up. I don't know if I want to. Where's Brian? He's got dysentery.
Just looking at the rum that happened, I'm like, oh, you'd have the Valley High right there.
Oh yeah, there is some cheeky rum right there.
Is that the Roaring Donkey alcohol?
You've never seen the Roaring Donkey alcohol?
No, you have Roaring Donkey whiskey?
Oh my god. And we have a good story about it.
Well, this is a perfect place to showcase.
I don't know. So, a guy came in, he's like, I've got about like 2,000 barrels of different type of whiskey. He's like, I'm aging it in Canada, so that way I don't have to pay taxes in the States. And we're like, all right, now you're speaking our language. We love this. He goes, if you get into a 5-year, they tax it differently and you have to label it differently. So let's do a 4-year aged whiskey. So Mike Potter, who like really likes whiskey, he brought him in like 20 samples, and Potter took them all home, sifted them, put like a lot of effort into it, and picked out like what we were gonna get.
Yeah.
So then we got it, he brought it back, and Potter was like, it's too hot, because we wanted something that you could mix, but it was also like a good sipping whiskey.
Yeah.
So then Potter was like, it needs to be a little bit sweeter and have a little bit more spice. I am gonna eventually eat. I don't want to be mean. So we picked out a good balance, and we got it all right. And so we were like, he's like, what do you want for your logo? And we're like, we want Jesus with a machine gun and a crossbow on top of a donkey. This was mostly Greg came up with. Greg was the one that said this.
Yeah.
And so we were like, fuck yeah, that's great.
Like a Jesus Van Helsing.
So originally, basically, so like the day before the label was supposed to get approved, it's like, all right, we're all good with this, and we're like, yeah, this looks awesome. And it's like Jesus, crossbow, giant like machine gun, like the gun from Rambo, machine gun, and we're like ready to go. And like a day or two before it happened, the Parkland shooting happened, and we're like, we got to get the machine gun out of this. Yes. Like we can't have that on there. So that's why it's, see how it, like the gun would be sticking out right there? He's like, what are we supposed to do? Well, just have him doing the thumbs up. So that's why instead of a machine gun, he's going like this.
Not only is he doing a thumbs up, he's also doing a shotgun.
He is. So Greg, he was like, well, let's get the crossbow out of there too. Because people now we're realizing maybe this is a little offensive. And Greg goes, I'm doing the shocker. And so he's doing the shocker and the thumbs up. So we went to our first international spirits competition in San Francisco. We won for best sipping whiskey, we won bronze, and we won gold for best label.
Oh, hell yes.
And the only thing that we were bummed about was this was supposed to be black, but it was going to be 25 cents extra a bottle to have this part of the label in black. And we're like, nah, fuck that. We kind of wish we had did it now because the white like part of the label is like weird.
Looks a little cheesy.
How many more bottles left do you have?
I've probably got like 60 cases left. We had like 500.
Does it get better?
Yeah. Well, the shitty part is like a month before COVID happened, this guy came in and he's like, he didn't offer us any money. We assumed it was going to be probably substantial. He's like, I want to buy your guys' whiskey out. I'm from Tahoe. It sells really well up there. The guy that used to sell it for us, his name was Tahoe Bob. His real name was Jim. He passed away of some sort of complications. Not during COVID, like complications during COVID. He passed away of something else during COVID.
The Jameson Roaring Donkey whiskey?
Yeah, the guy that helped us make it all and everything. And so he had been selling it like crazy up. We had a bottle bar in Willoughby's in Sacramento, like in a bunch of places. It was in Petaluma Market for a while. And this guy came in and was like, I knew he was going to offer us a ton of money, but he was basically like, I want to buy this whiskey. We're like, cool, come back with the price, and then we'll buy it from you. And he was like, all right, let me talk to my investor, and then I'll be back in like a month. And then 3 weeks later, COVID happened, and then we called him in like April because we needed money. And we were like, hey man, you want to buy this whiskey still? And he's like, no, I'm broke too.
Damn.
So we weren't able to sell it. I don't think he realized that like booze in stores was going to blow up like it did.
Yeah.
No one realized like how long COVID was going to go on and all of
That's
that.
actually
But just so we know that the donkey is a girl.
Okay. Well, that's good to know.
I mean,
And it's weird, they put weird little highlights on the back, like the back, like it's got like pink around the eyes and like on the belly and all
Yeah,
that.
there's a little bit of a gradient.
But if you notice, Jesus has nice calves.
Oh, his calves, look at his kneecaps, defined.
Defined. And so our like the whole what do you call it? Like logo or slogan was "Let the Spirit be in you."
Yeah. Jesus' face is bright. He has no eyes.
Yeah, Jesus is.
His
Jesus' face is always
What do you call that? Stigmata when like the hands bleed and the eyes like bleed. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
He looks like he's Ebola. But he has some nice Kim Kardashian lips.
Bleeding hands is
I
kind
would
of
have
on
liked the
brand.
halo to be like a little more bright.
I said bleeding hands is kind of on brand for Jesus, right? Real.
Yeah, he thought you guys were.
As long as no donkeys are harmed. So a whole bunch of PETA people in here protesting. But so he made T-shirts, but his wife and nobody can find them. So there's T-shirts out there with like the little logo, and then it says "Let the Spirit be in you." We have no idea.
If you want new shirts, I can make the shirts.
We might have to make some. I mean,
I'd wear that.
it's a great logo.
You're just gonna make them pretty cool, so.
I think the crowning,
And little girls.
the two crowning achievements of the Roaring Donkey is when I saw a homeless guy wearing a Roaring Donkey sweater, and when I saw that they had discounted the bottles at Bottle Barn by $2.
Hell yeah.
Most of the time.
I was like, hey,
Then you wash it.
it went down from $30 to $20. We were gonna do a Christmas special where he was dressed as Santa and there was like Christmas lights all over the
I
whole
looked through the
bottle.
box.
But obviously, we were like, look at man, we can't afford to.
This shirt I made.
I'll give Brian some money for it.
Crypto machine.
Crypto machine, dude.
A shirt too.
That's fantastic.
These are for sale now.
I still think we should do to promote the comedy show. When is the comedy show?
It's the
Posters are up.
29th.
We should have done a trivia night to promote the show. It's sold the koozies.
Wow. I got shirts now. If you want to sell the shirts?
We'll sell the shirts. We'll put them up. You'd be surprised what people would buy here.
I mean, if you need, what would it take me to put one of the shirts up there and sell the shirts out of the bar?
A ladder,
A ladder?
some staples,
And if these,
and I don't want to do it.
because they got shirts that have my face on, which people buy Bay Area Degenerate t-shirts.
Oh yeah, dude, those are sell like crazy.
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
Have you ever tried out for something like this, like Comedy Star Search shit?
Nah, I've never done fucking like America's Got Talent.
You gotta have a story.
You have to have a talent.
Oh, those will sell like crazy here.
Yeah, those are super cool.
It's a fantastic.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Those, you know where those will sell? Those will sell like hotcakes at the 8 Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. We know our clientele there. This looks like your dog ate doo-doo and then spit it up.
It's like pate.
Really?
Really?
I love anything that's. My favorite thing in the entire world is head cheese.
Like the shit that happens when you
Just
don't
put a-
get it circumcised.
You should
That's
get
from
this
under
like all the
cheese.
time then.
Isn't head cheese just like goat brain and shit?
Like all the brains and black
Yeah,
and
that shit is
not
so
goat, it's
damn delicious.
No,
How
but
do you
it's
even
like,
buy that?
Believe it or
Thistle.
not, the first time I ever had it was in Seattle.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't remember where it was. You know when you go on vacation, you're like, I had this at this place, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. It was in Portland, and it was at Cascade Brewery.
That's not surprising. It's a good brewery too. That was good.
Great. No.
When are you gonna get some doors on that tap, Brian?
So California beers until September.
Why?
Got to support the local beers.
fine.
almost September.
And Justin was wearing his Georgetown shirt yesterday. I'm like, Justin, it's good beer. Get it. He's like, is it a California beer? I'm like,
I want to.
you and I both know the answer to that question.
I want to get like a bunch of like small T-shirts and have Caitlin
Find 'em
sneak
right there,
them
yes.
into Justin's like drawer at the house, and I bet you'll just show up and be like, I don't remember buying like a shirt with Snoop Dogg on a unicorn, but like I don't know, like because he'll wear it.
He bought and has been wearing both of the shirts I bought. Gave to him.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we just snuck him into his like
Justin
wardrobe.
is so laid back. He's like,
He's like, I don't have,
didn't I?
I don't have time for this shit.
He's like, all I have is booze shirts. I need other shirts. He just wears whatever you guys give him for free.
We gotta start to figure him out a bunch of weird shit on Amazon. Almost everybody on Norwich looks like a UFC fighter.
I was like, really? They might have like a face that looks like.
They all look like they watch a lot of
Their
UFC.
bodies are not.
That's the worst, like, or the funniest thing, like, you'll see like a 34-year-old guy that looks like, I don't have a good what he looks like, just looks old as fucking balls. And then he rips his shirt off after scoring a goal.
Oh yeah.
He's
and
chiseled.
Yep. They're always
Chiseled.
Yeah.
James Miller has a fucking wall.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
He doesn't.
Not a lot of good Euro haircuts, though.
James Miller has like one of the strictest, most ridiculous diets on planet Earth.
Really?
They all do yoga, too.
He literally does not drink. He eats a very like, I think he's almost vegan. He's just like,
Wow.
and all he does is work out. And that's how
Like if you
he's,
went to his
like,
MTV Cribs
35
house, they'd open up his fridge and there'd be like hummus, Gatorade Zero. Is that, I don't even know if that's a thing.
I'll tell for sure.
No Gatorade or shit in that.
And like watercress. And that's it. He's like, this is the next 3 days of dinner.
Now just lima beans, spinach, and like human hair.
Is there a lot of nutrients in that?
A lot of zinc,
I got a couple bags at home.
a lot of iron. Why do you have bags of human hair at home?
I've always wanted to do something weird like that, like just spend an entire year dedicating myself to a practical joke, like keeping all my toenail clippings, and then putting it like in like my drawer next to my bed, because you know eventually Sierra's gonna go, I'm gonna go through his drawer.
Totally. I'm pretty
And then
sure
she'll
that
find
happens
the
every
bag
time.
of fingernails, and I'll get like a bunch of weird texts trying to hint at it. Then I'll come home and she'll be like, making dinner. She'll be like, oh, it's like, you know, fingernails. And you never admit it until she's like drunk and goes, well, I have a bag full of toenails in the bag.
That's what.
Uh-oh.
Go, go, go.
They're gonna score.
Oh!
Oh! Hey, that's our boy!
Golden
Yeah, he got a yellow card. Hey, your card matches your hair. Can't, well,
No, he can't.
no, he can't.
I mean, that was a tactical foul. That was he knew he was getting a yellow.
Yeah, he totally. He had to.
Like he's like, I just gotta take this guy out.
Yeah, she wasn't even need
Otherwise,
to. There were two other guys in
Yeah,
front of
yeah. That is called not trusting your center.
Seriously,
You
right?
guys,
Like,
you guys suck, so.
Who knew you?
Look, he's still got acne.
I know he's
He
probably.
looks like a boy.
Oh no, he's born in '98.
Oh, yeah,
Not
he
that
just-
adult acne is not a thing, but
He looks like he's starring Cobra Kai. Who knew he had such brains underneath that golden mane?
that golden name. I don't know what. Look how tall Joe Matip is. I don't know what the J on their arm is, but it keeps making me think of JRD. If you look at the Norwich players, they'll have like a black patch with white logo, so it looks like this almost. Shameless plug.
So who's supposed to win this game? Like who's Liverpool is.
Supposedly.
Where even is Norwich?
All right, here we go. I'm gonna say. No, we gotta guess. I'm gonna say.
Norwich. It sounds like a
I'm
seasonal
gonna say
sandwich.
Central Eastern England.
I'm gonna say Central England close to Birmingham. Just
That's
outside
a good
of Birmingham.
guess. Jen?
That's really funny. I don't even Central West Side. That's.
All right.
I don't even know how to get to Santa Rosa
I know
from
it's
here.
Liverpool, but
Well, you have to make a guess.
I'm fucking.
You can't say Santa
It's not
Rosa.
even
Yeah.
central.
I don't even know
Unless you're
where.
talking all of Great Britain, we're not including Scotland in this because it's not.
No, it's not. They're not a Wales or a Scottish team. All right, here we go. This is the best as we zoom out slowly.
Ooh, we were all wrong.
And your Farker.
No, I'm the closest.
About the next
You said
step of the
Central Eastern. It couldn't be any
Never
further
eat shredded
fucking
wheat.
east.
That's
West,
east.
don't. Never. Wait. No,
That's
no, you're
East,
right.
but you said Central East.
Central East. Hold on.
There's no Central there. It's fucking East.
yeah.
Well, no. I meant like in the if the map.
Longitude or
Let me
latitude?
explain my dumbass thing.
In the map of the
if this
world,
if this is England, this would be lower, central, and north.
Below the kingdom is where Scotland starts.
Yeah, that's north.
No.
What do you mean that's at the top?
We're not including Scotland because they have their own league.
So this is northern England.
Yes.
This would be central. I feel like I'm 100% accurate.
You're talking north, center, south instead of central to the actual body
No.
of land.
Yeah. Like Birmingham would be okay.
The center.
Misspoke. The center, the middle. I should have said middle England. Would that have made sense? No, that makes it worse. That sounds like old tiny.
You could have said it's on the east coast of England, and you would have been closer.
You should just be like getting out of Peaky Blinders. So cut me back out.
Yeah.
I got a silly fucking hat on.
Yeah.
Still, no questions asked.
I think Greg is like the only person that's come close to being a Peaky Blinder. Like there was an episode of Peaky Blinders where they came in. They're like, yeah, they wouldn't serve so and so because he's black. But don't worry, we beat the shit out of him. We got our drinks. And they're like, yeah, well now we got to go burn that fucking bar down. And they're like, why? They're like, because we have to. Like you can't treat us like that. We gotta go burn that shit down. I'm like, wait a minute, that's a little out of control. It's a little aggressive. They go and burn it down. And that guy that came in and called Gigi a cunt, Greg just grabbed him and pulled him out of the bar, and took him down the street. And he's like, where are you going? He's like, we'll throw him down those stairs. It's like Greg didn't throw him out. He dragged him down the street into like that little alleyway.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was like, that's some Peaky Blinders shit.
Yeah, that is.
Like I could have done this, or this, but I decided.
Peaky Blinders would have been taking him out the back door so you
Yeah.
could fucking bounce him off the staircase on the way down and with no witnesses.
Well,
Cameras.
there was a guy that worked at her husband's fire department, and he was slamming down Corona bottles. And we're like, don't do that shit. If you want a beer, just fucking wait. We're going down the line. We start at one end of the bar and we go all the way down the line. If you move, you lose your spot.
Yeah.
And he was just like, no, you guys can just fucking serve me now and saying shit like that.
Yeah.
And so Craig walked over and we took him to the side, like right there, and we're like, hey, what the fuck, man? You gotta calm down. And Tripp came over as I was getting ready to walk back to make sure that Greg didn't hurt him.
Yeah.
And Tripp's like, that guy's like a seasonal with us. Like, he gets in trouble with bars. Because like the chief and other people were here. There was a bunch of firemen here. And he was just drunk and out of control. And then Greg's like, all right, man, you got to go out the back. I'm just going to be done with you. And he's like, I'm not going out the back. Greg's like, if I take you out, he goes, you have two options. You're going out the back, or I'm going to take you out the front. You're not going to like it if I take you out the front. And the guy's like, I'm going out the front. But as Greg's saying that, the guy's like explaining to me what he's going to do. Greg's doing the,
Yeah.
like behind him, I'm like, this guy's getting fucked up. Put him in a fucking chokehold, and he just goes, grab his feet. So he grabbed his feet. We took him out, and Tripp and like Tripp's boss was here, and everybody were all looking at him, and we're dragging him out the front door. And then, like, they threw him, but like nobody said to me, because I'm not used to dragging people out. Like, no one's like, hey, we're gonna throw this guy, let go of his feet. So they like fucking threw
Somebody
him.
smacked his head on.
No, I pulled both of his shoes off, like half off. So like you know, like if like your shoes get to like that point.
Yeah.
And when he hit the ground, he didn't bounce, he just went, and his shoes popped off. And we're all sitting there like, his fucking shoes fell off. But it was so cool. They wanted to be like they were half off because of me on accident. And then he didn't get picked up by the fire department because he was seasonal. So he didn't get picked up for his job. I guess that's how it works.
Sometime.
Can you imagine being like, hey, I lost my dream job over some Coronas. Such nonsense. Is Jota coming off?
What's the problem?
Firmino's coming on.
Someone in the blue room, a performer, a guy with a lazy eye named Skunky, spit in my face, and I just asked him to leave politely.
What was he doing?
He was playing music. So like I got here a little early for open mic, and I was sitting there, and he sat like next to me, and he was just talking kind of bullshit, just like about like the game or whatever. Like, all right, he signs up his name first on the list. I go when we're about to start, so I go outside. He has headphones on, and he's listening. And he takes his headphones, put them on my head. He's listening to his own music.
Go on.
I'm like, all right, Skunky, you're up.
All right, bud.
He goes up.
Skunky, you're up.
He does awful, just an awful 7 minutes. He's playing guitar, just dog shit. And finally, I'm like, all right, Skunky, you're off. I turn off his mic and everything, and he's just staring at me with his one good eye. Just with a dead look.
You're like, what?
Just like strumming his guitar. I'm like, you're done. And then he just continues to strum, and I just turn around, and I start telling jokes, and I'm like, blah, 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 and he finally gets the message, gets his stuff, walks off stage, bring up the comic who's up next. I get off stage, he looks at me and says, fuck you, you piece of shit, spits right in my face.
Did he get anything in the mouth?
No mouth, there's more cheek eye region.
Still.
Yeah. And I'm like, just get your shit and get out of here. And then he walked outside and he like talked shit for a little bit, and I guess he eventually left.
The 1-1 draw where I gotta take a shot? No, that's over. That ship is sailed.
I was like holding on to hope, even though mathematically it's not possible.
Look at that, Mo. By himself. Just by himself. Look at Mo, just like...
Look at the form.
Yeah, like he didn't even like sneak in. He's like, I'm literally just hanging out here.
Goalkeeper's going right to left, but the defense just completely fell asleep. I mean, they just let Bobby just roll through the 18 like nothing, like he wasn't even there.
Like, it's funny because I like when Klopp gets excited. He's like, ah, shit, come on.
You can find anything on Google Images?
No, I did. I went to Google Images and then it took me to Amazon. There we go. Come on, this is got
Now go back and there's like a full screen thing.
You can YouTube up.
Like,
Jen, thanks for the bagels, by the way.
Yeah,
no, that's Google Lens. I don't know what that is. Never mind, I have no idea what I'm doing.
You and Jen came through with good food. Never happened.
Shocked.
Shocker. So I looked up food at the stadium.
Yeah.
And they have like a couple of those like hot dogs, corn dogs, popcorn beers. Then they have everything there is ridiculously cheap.
Yeah.
So you can get like nachos and everything comes with a beer.
Fuck
You can
yes.
you can get food, but there's always a food and beer combo. So you'd be like, you can have nachos for $5. You can have nachos and an old speckled hen for like $6. Yeah, so it's like they're encouraging people to drink, which is fantastic.
Well,
But
it is
they have-
Liverpool after all. What else are
That's
you
how it
gonna
was in
do?
Barcelona too, though. Beers were like $5 or something in the stadium.
Yeah, because like everything's like, it's just that they want you to drink and have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, hey, look, we make this cheap. You know, I gotta wonder if when you make booze more expensive, does it make people more angry and more crazy? But one of the things I looked up, it's called everything comes in a Terry's tuck bag. What is that? Okay, so Terry's tuck bags are like almost like fanny packs
Yeah.
with like microwave dinners in them.
Is this
Shut up!
No, this is Liverpool. I didn't know they were playing in Norwich.
Well, that's not
That
Liverpool.
sounds
So
amazing.
like Terry's tuck bag with homemade sausage roll and homemade cookie, water, and easy peeler satsumata, whatever.
Cat
Or
fruit.
Terry's tuck bag with a Yorkshire wrap, a large pudding, a Yorkshire pudding, prime roast beef, and a rich onion gravy. But when you look them up, They're just TV dinners in like little fanny packs. So that's like what you can get there. It's fucking amazing. Just everything is gross but
Jen would
awesome.
have 17 fucking things.
I would. I'd be like, I have to try all the bags.
Yeah, and the best is like they won't refer to they wouldn't be like it's Lagunitas IPA. They're like craft IPA. And it's all different flavors, but it's always referred to as a craft beer at the beginning.
Hell yeah.
So it's like our menu would just be like craft little something, craft Cooperage, craft every. It would have to say craft at the beginning.
Craft Bud Light.
All right, Jen, you gotta pick. You gotta pick. All right, so we'll do this. We'll do Marry, Fuck, Kill,
Okay.
U.S. presidents.
Okay.
And then to make it less
You gotta get
obvious.
three. You can't just give her the whole list and have her be like,
Yeah, seriously.
I'm gonna
All
kill
right, pick
Nixon.
pick your hottest, and then your least. Yeah, pick your hottest. Then we'll do Marry, Fuck, Kill, and we'll put it together. Because Donald Trump's obviously going to be like everyone's kill. So that's too easy. It's softball and no question.
I don't know, Nixon was an evil motherfucker.
Yeah, no, but who would you rather? Ooh, who would you
Just
rather?
remember, who started on Nixon's staff, right? Rumsfeld, Cheney. That's the fucking.
Wolfowitz, the worst of the worst.
That's the beginning of the.
Oh, she's ready. She's already ready.
Well, yeah, because I'm thinking, okay, because all the guys who were born in like the whatevers are going to be hotter than the ones from today.
I think so. Bro, look at Franklin Pierce.
Have you not seen
Come
from?
on! No, okay.
It's either Tyler or Pierce.
No, it's Kennedy or Obama.
Yeah, that's
Yes, that's fair.
That makes
Those are the
sense.
top picks.
Those are really solid picks.
Yeah.
All right, so then we'll do. All right, Ross, you gotta give us yours now. You took the laptop, buddy. You're in this to win it.
I heard Kennedy, I think, had a whole bunch of syphilis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Whole bunch.
there's apparently a sex tape of him and his brother banging Marilyn Monroe,
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
and then the IRS went after the guy that got it, that had it, and he sold it to somebody for like 250 grand.
Forget about the
He died like a
Zapruder
year
film,
later.
Aw.
Oh. Let me just get one goal. Every time I feel like Allison kicks the ball, he says, "For Jesus." For Jesus.
Liverpool has God on their side.
They do. This is, you know what, we're going to start calling Liverpool God's team. Liverpool's now God's team.
Your
For every,
God's team.
every one of these we do. Oh, wait, who do you got?
Dear Gad. For what?
If you're going to bang one of the president. You gotta pick one.
Also,
Harry Truman, the man from
woo,
Independence, Missouri.
are you banging them at their peak or in their presidency?
Presidency. Gotta be presidency.
Okay, during their term.
Yeah. Like, I'm sure
The man who
Sierra
dropped the
or
atomic
anyone
bomb.
would rather bang me in my peak. Way past that. I think you're probably in your peak, aren't you?
I think I peaked in like 8th grade.
You know, Truman, huh?
The man dropped an atomic bomb. That's power.
That's power. That's attractive.
2 nukes, Brian. The only president to do so. You don't want to be the one to bag that?
He just
You
wakes
don't
up.
want to be the one to take that out? Come on. Come on.
All the right reasons for us, for all of
They're not very good looking.
Kennedy bagged everybody.
Truman can flatten down a city and you.
Right there. That is.
I'm gonna do to that aspect to Hiroshima.
Blow your shit up.
I'm gonna blow your shit up.
What are you talking about?
Who do you think had the smallest penis?
Trump.
No, it's got to
Totally,
be
because he's not a person.
Yes.
I would
I'm
go
going Garfield.
Eisenhower.
I think Stormy Daniels said it was British.
Did she?
She knows.
Well, I could just be projecting and making it up because that's what I want it to be, but the vote.
Lyndon B. Johnson has a huge hog. He would take it out
Oh,
during
yeah.
meetings.
One of
Who
the
was the
funniest
president
things.
that was so fat he got stuck in the tub?
I think that's Garfield.
Cleveland?
Cleveland?
It's either Cleveland or Wilson. Taft.
Taft. Yeah, Taft was so fat that he got stuck in the tub.
The funniest thing is listening to the tape of Lyndon Johnson on the phone with the CEO of Haggard Pants talking about needing extra room. It's brilliant. He's just rambling on and talking about like, yeah, but you gotta make him with some extra room in the leg. You know.
Alright, I'm going Andrew Jackson.
Oh, go
Oh
ahead.
boy.
There's Mo.
There's Mo.
God,
Doing Mo things.
Norwich doesn't even stand a chance.
No.
Mo Salah seems like a John Quincy Adams kind of guy.
Swing his legs.
Dude, I know way
fuck
too
does
much
that
about
even
Andrew
mean,
Jackson.
John Quincy Adams thought that there was mole people that lived in the center of the earth.
You know why? Because he looks like a mole person. He is a mole person.
He is a mole person, and he was planning an expedition to the center of the earth, and they were like, we're not going to go and re-elect you. We're a little bit worried about what's going on up there.
Look, if anybody's the mole person, conspiracy person, that's going to be Alice.
Yeah, 100%.
It's going to be Alice.
Jesus,
the
Jesus
mole
is in
people,
the
they're in the
center.
middle of the world.
We have to baptize the mole people.
Mole people, they're in there and they're doing up to the Ferris acts. I'll tell you right now.
Who is this guy? Who's number 30?
Calvin Coolidge?
Calvin Coolidge.
Oh, Calvin Coolidge, he did,
Yeah, a little Boardwalk Empire thing going on there.
he's very, come at me, coppers, kind of
You know
vibe
what's
to him.
weird? Was Ronald Reagan good looking when he was a kid?
Yeah, he was an actor.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. Glenn Close.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, not everyone's good looking in Hollywood,
Yeah.
but they do a good job. Like, Glenn Close, we want you to look old and disgusting from the South. In Hillbilly Elegy, she's like, yeah, I got this. She just woke up and she woke up and drank some Four Loko and went to work.
Seriously.
And I'm like, all right, let's give her an Oscar.
She played a pirate, didn't she?
Really?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
she had a cameo
right.
as a pirate. It's uncredited cameo. But she was one of the pirates.
He wasn't that good looking.
He's very,
Yeah, he is.
Is he handsome, but
It's not that bad.
he's small
just
town
'cause he
handsome.
doesn't have a fireman's mustache.
Okay.
His fireman's mustache on there. It's a 10.
Like
I get
6
it.
months out of the year.
I'm sorry. Falling over does not equal a foul. Sometimes. If you're
Not this time.
pushed. I mean, a little bit there. Yeah, there's
That was weird.
Ronald Reagan, like after he got done being president, he was so fucking out of it. The Secret Service used to throw leaves in the pool, and he would like collect them all out, and they get done, and they would just fucking shove it at us. Because he had Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Fuck.
They're just like, we just gotta keep this guy busy.
He had Alzheimer's in office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he would fall
I mean,
asleep
Nancy
during meetings
Reagan
and
was
stuff.
pretty much
Pretty much the president.
at the point.
That's where
That's good. It's great that we have all these things in place to prevent shit like that from happening. And yet, it still happens.
They want to be more confident.
Nancy Reagan? Yeah, Nancy Reagan's dead.
Try to take advantage of those situations by giving the
Thankfully,
yellow card.
yes, she is.
I gotta look up and see if I remember the story if it's true.
So you stop it over, don't you?
Yeah. So when they left office, Nancy Reagan and them moved back to Bel Air, and their address was 666 St. Cloud Road, and she spent $2.5 million to get her address changed.
Damn.
Because she's super religious. She couldn't have her mailbox address being 666. That was her home.
Can't let the devil.
Dude, that's rich.
Oh, for sure.
There's like Puff Daddy like flying in Canary Diamonds, and then there's like Nancy Reagan being like, "There's 2.5 million. I want to be 664." Tell Betty across the street.
She's now 666.
She's now 666.
Someone else's fucking address. Ain't think about that.
Ah, dude, I mean, if someone, can you imagine if your neighbor across the street walked over and they're like, "Hey Jen, I want to be," instead of, we should probably bleep that out so no one knows your address. Because there's gonna be some YouTube weirdo that's like, Jen Martinelli.
Jesus Christ.
Oh!
I know, I'm sorry. It's true.
I said it all this time.
You do.
You're just
No, someone's
banking
gonna
on
get-
people actually watching this.
I know, right?
I gotta edit this down somehow.
Yeah.
That wasn't the right address anyway.
So they thought that or Lee Allen was the Zodiac, but the blood from the taxi cab murder. Oh, our boy's going off. Hey, we're replacing a blonde with a ginger.
Boy in the gold.
You call that hair?
The top is coming in.
That is awful hair. He's like,
Two fellas.
instead of having frosted tips, it was ginger tips.
Yeah. Grand theft and attempted theft from a former accounting client.
Wicked slush?
Wicked slush.
Damn.
They got some Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh my god!
Oh!
Get in there!
Your team sucks,
God,
Brian!
Oh!
Your team sucks!
And do you want to know
It's not
why?
my team, it's just my choice for the day.
And you want to know why, Brian? God.
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 Because they're not Jesus' team.
Jesus is on our side, Brian. And Jesus is on Allison's side.
That's the peanut butter beer.
That belching?
Oh, the Belcher Beaver? Yeah. It was okay.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
I feel like if I was 12, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing
There
ever.
was, at the Homebrew Festival the second year, the one I thought should have won was one that tasted like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Did you go? Yeah, you guys were at the one that Greg and I were judges.
Yeah. We went to the first two, which I think they only had two.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I don't think they had any more after that. Because like the next year they had funding issues and then COVID. But there was one year they had one that tasted like a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah, it was the milkshake, or it wasn't the milkshake IPA, but the milkshake IPA was the best one.
But the Hell's Lager won that year or something.
Yeah.
Because you guys don't know what you're doing when it comes to drinking beer.
No, everything that Greg and I voted for didn't even make it into the top 10. They were like, nah, all this shit's, you guys are all morons. To be honest, we went around and tried every beer, wrote down what we thought, and then we went and played giant beer pong for like 4 hours. They had like the Orange Home Depot buckets.
Yes.
I just remember Greg
Yeah, that was-
throwing like
that was
dodgeballs, and he would go, like, try to throw your blowjob. For the blowjob. Every time.
Blowjob.
That was 2017. That was right before, that was the weekend of the Tubbs fire.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
I think
Way
that
to
was-
bring the mood down.
Sorry.
Well, actually, you know what's funny is that talking about the Tubbs fire brings us down, but banging Franklin Pierce is funny. Yeah, that's good. That's good
What if
talk.
Franklin Pierce ever did it?
All right, so we still need to do Mary Fuck Cut.
The one next time was I mean,
Let's do
president's body count.
Let's make it easier. We'll go
What the fuck would
Washington,
you marry though?
Lincoln,
Maybe Eisenhower?
George Bush Jr. Mary Fuck Kill.
He must have forgot his boots because he's had to wear.
Washington, Lincoln, George Bush Jr.
I think I'm gonna bang Washington, marry Lincoln, kill George.
George is a handsome guy.
It's a good looking dude.
Junior, not too bad.
I don't get along with Texans though, so it would never work out.
Do you know how much George Washington was worth in today's dollars? Billions.
Oh really? From doing what? What was his business?
Dentures.
He had a plantation.
He got a wood.
Yeah, he had slave teeth in his mouth.
I mean, they were all plantation owners. They weren't paying for labor.
That's true. They had a good deal going. That's what Sierra the other night was like. Hey, who's the crazy Republican guy that's might actually win the election?
Oh, Larry Elder.
Yeah, Larry Elder. He's like, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sign an executive order that abolishes minimum wage. He's like, so I get to pay everybody whatever I want. Sierra's like, you're not gonna do that.
yeah,
Think about it. It's gonna get a hardcore thought. I know
Any
these guys
new
make
employee is gonna make a lot less.
have a job with the $1 Yes, you can. We started $1 an hour. We pay you in Legos. and presidential porn.
You
You
would
can
never
take a bottle
do
of alcohol
that.
home every night.
Damn, I need to fucking vote against Larry Elder.
Yeah, it's not good. If Larry Elder's in charge, it's gonna be fucked. That's the thing.
You wouldn't do it. You
No,
wouldn't
I would
do
never take. I would never do that. I like everybody.
No, but it's fun.
But
to
it
have
would be
options.
weird though because if it actually happened, that means like some employers would do that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then somebody, you know, like
You'd have to cut the low hanging fruit from here to bring on the.
I
good
think the
people
night
from-
that happens, if you're driving north on the 101 and you look to the left and you see Walmart on fire, you know that what Walmart did. They're
You
like,
know what they do.
Oh, we don't have to do this anymore. What's a federal? $7.25 an hour. Like, still.
Yes, still.
Sierra and I went to Walmart to buy firewood and Kai when we were camping at Lake Mendocino, and we could not get anyone to show us where the firewood was. And it was like one of those weak moments where Sierra's drunk and tired, and she was just like, "You can't pay these people $50 an hour." And I was like, "What did you say?" She goes, "Nothing." And I was like, "I heard you. I heard you. You fucking said it." She just wanted to go back and like be warm.
But to your defense, we've all said things we regret in a Walmart.
Yeah.
Also, to be fair, the Walmart in Ukiah is actually one of the better Walmarts. Having been there, it's actually not a bad like.
Heinz Ahrens, cleared by Milner. Closing seconds here.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of good conversations happening in the Ukiah Walmart. No one's like,
Well,
no, we can just solve world hunger. Like, that never happens. It's not gonna happen.
I went to a Walmart that was.
Alright, I'll show my respect.
That's a nice jacket.
It is a nice jacket.
Alright, so give me what does this mean in the greater scheme of the game, of the season?
Liverpool
You
is the
always
best
want-
team
you
in
want-
world football.
No, you want to start hot.
Undefeated.
They started hot and they look good against a team that they're supposed to beat. 3-0, I think that's an acceptable score.
I'm happy.
Like, I mean, 4-0, they'd be like, all right, they're off and running, and everyone would get so excited. But they won 3-0, they did what they were supposed to
Well,
do.
the best part about
And they kept a clean sheet. Clean sheet means 0 goals against you.
yeah, the best part about opening weekend in Premier League is wild predictions that are based on the smallest apparent that could exist.
The best is like when you get like, you know what's weird is like, all right, I'm gonna say some shit. American sportscasters like will have a show and it'll be like one lady and then like 3 guys. They'll have like that old guy that's like just sitting there going, you're like, hey, Mike, I know you haven't coached in like 45 years, but you gotta stay awake during the broadcast. And then you got that one guy that get in there that's supposed to be like the edgy one, and he's like, that guy couldn't find his way out of a paper bag, and you're like, okay, that's not really catchy. And then you got the one guy that knows everything, that's like the super articulate person. And you're like, why can't that guy just talk the entire time? And then they have the lady that's like, she like hosts and keeps all the men in line, but she'll be like, you know that she has like a scripted set of questions that she's supposed to ask. When it comes to football, the women hosts, they know the game. Just as best inside and out. So when like Laura Ingram comes on, she's like, she'll just start talking about like football, and you're like, you know everything.
Yeah.
She knows the players, she knows like everything, and then it's just she's like, oh, like they're almost like better than guys. The guys would come out and they'll just be like, I think Norwich might have a chance. It's like, but that's his headline for the day.
Yeah.
You know.
There's some folks with some controversial views. They'll come out just to say fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Alexi Lawless is a big.
So there's one of the hosts. His name, I think it's not Chris Kattan. Chris Demara. Chris Demara.
Chris Kattan is fucking Deuce Bigelow.
Yeah. You guys want some cookies?
Yeah.
So Chris Demara is one of those guys that he's just a moron. So he'll be like, hey Chris, what's going on at the game? And he'll be like, huh? You're like, someone just got a red card. He's like, someone got a red card. Did that just happen? I must have missed it. I was looking over there. He's like that idiot, but everybody loves him, so they don't fire him. So like this is like the first weekend, everybody makes their bold predictions, and then
Liverpool Vs
for the
Norwich
most part,
went
they
3-0
usually
to
right.
nil.
The Arsenal people were all yesterday were like,
we
we didn't think that was going to happen, but like no one no one will admit that they're wrong. They're just old, like, most of them are like burnout managers. Like, I've coached 7 teams. You're like, yeah, for like a year each, you got fired because you fucking suck at your
NBC
job.
has a really good crew.
NBC's crew is really good.
Well, and then you
Sky
get-
Sports crew is the best.
Well, you get Arlo White.
Yeah.
Commentator. He is
5 a.m. Danny.
They have, who is the drunk Irish guy? Oh, he's gonna put it in the back of the old onion bag. Drunk Irish football commentator. I like how it said commentators, because there's probably more than one.
There are.
Put Irish.
Arlo White started with the Sounders.
Oh yeah, Arlo's
For the
great.
second, third,
Homer
second
Grad.
and third season before he went to NBC.
Yeah, so there's some really good, like, they know all their shit.
Yeah.
And then they, like, it's usually like the young guys that come in. Or, like, Roy Keane's one of my favorites. 'Cause Roy Keane was one of those soccer players where he punched the Irish manager in the face and then got kicked off the Irish team during, like, before the World Cup. He was coach of Aston Villa, like assistant coach of Aston Villa, and a player didn't show up for training because he was sick, and he went to his house and kicked in his door to let him know that he needed to be at practice. Like Roy Keane was like he's like the crazy pundit. So like when he comes on, he's like the whole team was shit, everybody was shit, they played like shit, they looked like crap. He's like that guy, and then they get like the one guy that's like. Good-looking guy, like Michael Owen, one of those guys. Yeah.
He's right there.
It's not an offside trap. You can't look around when you got a player behind you and go, he's offside. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, I like how
He
they did
wasn't.
that.
They were like,
Yeah, not even close.
wasn't he? Like, no, your player was almost at the touchline.
So this was like an absolutely dominant game by Liverpool.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, Liverpool fucking took over.
Well,
They
yeah,
could
but
have done better.
they could have done better, but they
Norwich
dominated
had a
the
couple
game.
chances. They could have, like, 0 shots on goal would have been a dominant. But
Well,
this little thing right here.
American History X, what's his fucking name?
Edward Norton.
Yeah, no, the blonde guy.
Yeah, California.
Yeah, California, thank you. California did, like, I mean, he did pretty good, but he was kind of by himself. Jesus! For Jesus! For Jesus!